Hello, hello, and welcome, my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your Twin Flame contract for August, September 2020, or Timeless. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mel for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but your dad just calls me Mel. Hi. Welcome back. My subscribers, my supporters, my friends, my community. We are building quite the community here through Drawing the Circle, but you know, our tagline is Drawing the Circle Productions, bringing people together with spirit since 1998. So I guess spirit has brought us all together, and thank you so much for your love, your support, your comments, your likes, your subscriptions, all that stuff. Really, really helpful in helping me get my work out to the world. Really, really appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel, please do consider doing the same. I don't ask people to like if it doesn't resonate, right? Though if I'm not the reader for you, there are only 10 billion others, but I'm the fun one. I am the fun one. 5D oriented, Virgo Sun, Pisces Moon, Leo Rising, Venus conjunct Mercury in Libra. So, you know, I'm going to give you the best that I got, or die trying. So let's get down to biz, shall we? We are looking at a twin flame contract read for, though, a specific amount of time, August, September 2020, also timeless, but a twin flame contract read is not a soulmate contract read. They are very different things. Please check the links in the description box defining them. I'm doing a bunch of those, but one by the name of a brilliant spiritual teacher, if you are unfamiliar of him, with him, Matt Kahn, M-A-T-T-K-A-H-N. I'm very pro-Kahn. Madeline, Chaka, Matt, you know, not so much Genghis and Kubla, because they were just horrible boyfriends. I mean, really, they never returned calls, considering phones weren't invented yet. But that being said, brothers, what are you going to do? Check him out, because his redefinition of twin flames and soulmates just made all the difference to me. I never liked the terms before, and I thought they were awfully similar. So, that's the foundation these readings are being done on. But to say that twin flame contracts differ from soulmates, and that twin flames teach you how to heal yourself, teach you how to love yourself, teach you how to set boundaries, how to respect yourself, to find out what your boundaries are, right? Because they are turbulent, transformative, trying, often traumatic twin flame contracts they are, but they do teach you through just surviving them how to be the mate of your own soul, therefore a better soulmate, prepared for more soulmate, satisfying, symbiotic, soothing relationships, contracts where you help each other heal. A bit more balanced and fair, if you will. So we're going to get into this. It takes lots and lots of twin flames to have lots and lots of soulmates as you go, and vice versa. But keep in mind, these are not just about romantic sexual relationships. They're all your relationships. In fact, the guides this time were very, very clear. They wanted to do an extended, because there's going to be an extended reading for this one on Vimeo, for all of these, because really the ones you're dealing with right now, and it feels like moving forward, are going to have a big impact on the world as a whole, right? The holographic nature, unity consciousness, we're all one. As one of us heals, all of us heal. So whatever your dominant twin flame contract is, that you're learning how to love yourself and heal yourself, here's your part if you want to do it, particularly, you know, if you're still in lockdown, right? If you're really like dealing with your twin flame contracts, your relationships in this way, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. So here's all you need to do. Focus on your breath. Stay in the present moment. Take what resonates. Leave what doesn't. This is a general read. Check your other signs, because it might be more info on this contract or another one entirely. You can have several twin flames going at once. So let's dive in and do this. I'm going to focus on my breath, bring you through the guidance and grace, follow along, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and if you feel so called, check out the extended, because sometimes it doesn't show itself as romantic sexual on YouTube. It do on Vimeo in the extended. I've noticed that trend. Not all of them, but a majority. So we ready? Breathe. I know a lot of explanation and exposition, but it's got to be done. All the decks that I read are listed in the very bottom of the description box on your way down there. Check out those clarifying links. Let's do this. I'm ready. This feels good. The best part, really. Oh, my collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, please, please. I need 2 cards. Oh, we're doing divine feminine, divine masculine on this side, divine masculine on this side. 2 parties in a contract. Please, my collective pantheons has nothing to do with bodily gender. We'll get there. one for the divine feminine, and one for the divine masculine in this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September 2020. There's our feminine or timeless. Where's our masculine? Close, but no cigar, please. Who is our masculine here in this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September, or timeless 2020, or whenever. Now remember, I'll say it again, divine feminine, divine masculine has nothing to do with bodily gender, just a way of differentiating. I would love to do divine yin and divine yang, except that would be another 10 minutes of explanation at the beginning of the video. Most people get divine masculine, divine feminine. These cards are supposed to be triggering these two. They are archetypes. They are neutral. They depict the light and the shadow, right? The toxic and the healthy. And whatever the lead is what you are learning how to love, learning how to heal in this relationship within yourself. You cannot help each other's heal. That is soulmate. This is twin flame. And how very, very interesting. Two archetypes that I'm very familiar with. The divine feminine rebel and the divine masculine mystic. Now, I will say before we get into these, the word mystic is not what people think. I've had this ongoing pet peeve. People are like, oh, it's so mystical. It's so... No, it is not Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham in the woods jumping over logs with glitter in the air. No, 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 no. Mysticism is a path of mystery. It is a blood, sweat, and tears spiritual path involving the divine. And remember, not everything that is spiritual is necessarily considered the divine. So we'll get there. But already we're looking at a high voltage twin flame here. We've got the divine feminine rebel, her shadow, and I'm going to say her and him, cope. It's just looking at a contract, party number one, party number two, you're going to have to suss out who you are. Rejects legitimate authority out of anger. Now look, we all get angry and we want to push past boundaries, but this would be a recurring pattern for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Rebels out of peer pressure or fashion. And the only reason that makes me laugh... Oh, this was in the Leo read. I thought so. So I have all the archetypes that have been so far in the readings in front of me. So perhaps check the Leo reading as well. But I've been saying, it's like, when I was a kid, you couldn't be in punk rock unless you were poor, right? You know, it's like, it's just, there's, the new wave was sort of how punk was integrated, if you will. So that's rebellion out of fashion. Everybody else is rebelling, I better do it. But the light attribute, I think we're going to find much more relevant to the time we are in. Challenges authority to affect social change, right? So it could very much be a second waver, second social justicer. Rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. And that's interesting, spiritual systems. And here you've got the mystic that they are dealing with. So for the divine feminine, I feel that there's very, very strong values, not just attitudes and opinions, and really willing to turn on a dime, which is not necessarily Aquarian, except is very rebellious, right? So that's the thing. The rebel is the planet Uranus. Let's leave Uranus out of this. It's a sticky topic. The mystic, the divine masculine mystic here, delusional rapport with the divine, the shadow attribute, and trust me, as a mystic, that's why, God, I'm a Virgo, right? Like, I am checking it. Like, when I believe I have a mystical experience, I go straight to Jung, right? I go straight to Carl Jung. I'm like, okay, well, what archetype is in play here to really, really make sure that it is not delusional, because it is a mystical mystery path, meaning that you have to be able to endure not knowing, but the mind can come up with, the ego can come up with, our wounds can come up with these stories to fill in the blank. I mean, it's very Eckhart Tolle, who I would consider a mystic. I think most people would. I don't know if you would, though. Maybe you would. I don't know. I don't know him. I'd like to meet him, but I'm afraid I'd want to hug him and pinch his cheeks. He's so cute. This is why it's probably best that I stay where I am in Holbrook, Long Island. Light attribute reveals an intimate union. Revels in intimate union with the divine. Now, in terms of the mystic, hello, do you know how easy it would be for me to just pack up shop and go I don't know, move into an ashram somewhere. I mean, but I just hope they have Wi-Fi, right? You know, so I'm past that point. I can't really go backwards that way. But like, I can really feel, like I said, both of these, even though I have no planets in Aquarius whatsoever, I have so many friends who are. So we know who, at least the soul powers being developed here, right? The lead to gold for both of them. Let's see who are the angels with the Healing with the Angels Oracle, Doreen Virtue. Who the angels are that are walking with them. Because if Twin Flame Contract truly is that you can only heal yourself here, you're learning how to heal yourself, learning how to love yourself, then who are the healing angels that have been assigned to this case? Like, if you really look at your Twin Flame as well as your soulmate contracts as like contractual cases where you sort of have your lawyers, it's sort of kind of like these angels are kind of sort of like your lawyers, well, to help you, right? There's a better word for it. There's a better word for it. It'll come to me. They'll give it to me at some point. Sort of like your representative, your barrister, your whatever. It's a British term. It'll come around in my head. I know it will. So let's ask the angels. My angels and archangels, please. 2 cards, one for this divine feminine rebel and one for this divine masculine mystic. In this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Twin Flame Contract, August, September 2020, or timeless. Who is the angel that walks with the divine feminine? We'll do them face down. If you'll leave 1 in my hand, not 2. Just 1 in my hand, please. There we go. For the divine rebel, the divine feminine rebel, and 1 for the divine masculine mystic, which is fun to say, masculine mystic. Who is the angel? Oh, nope. Who is the angel that walks with the mystic? Let's find out. Okay. So we've got the angel of support with the divine feminine rebel and the angel of dreams with the divine masculine mystic. Now, what this says to me right off the bat is that the divine feminine has the support that she needs. Like, what would the angel of support do? Just like be walking around behind you with bubble wrap all the time? Feels more like an angel of protection. The angel of support would really be putting things into alignment so that you not just feel supported, but are supported, guiding you into the people, places, and things where your rebellion, the force may indeed be with you. Except this is RuPaul, so I've called her Luca Daywalker. You love her. I do. She's a Scorpio. Moon's in Scorpio today. Okay. You never know what I'm wearing, why. You never know exactly. There's a thought process. I am a Virgo. So definitely there is support for you in this contract, but I do feel like, well, if you are the divine feminine rebel here, if this is the Aquarian or the cross-watcher watching this, really you're thinking outside of the box. You're being given what you need. Now, you may not be experiencing that from this person, but do know in the larger context you are getting that. Because the card of dreams with the mystic is tricky. Well, anything with the mystic is tricky. You might as well call them the living mystery people, like not necessarily detectives. The point of mysticism is not to solve the mystery, it's to endure it. It's the mystery that makes you grow. It's not the destination, it's the journey. All the stuff we already know, but in circumstances where we can't always figure out how to apply what we know, so we just have to let the process transform us. Sucks a good amount of the time. We're allowed to think it sucks, though, because it's all happening for reasons beyond, better than anything we can imagine. So that's where this card of dreams comes in. Like, if this really is nocturnal, sleepy, psychic dreams, I don't have them. I get it. For some of you, you might. Because it is, a lot of the times, because I've studied too much on dream work, I mean, a lot of it is just the subconscious regurgitation of the data from the day. But if everything is part of the divine plan, there may be some inspiration, some messages, some guides, some hints, the intuitive part of it. Dreams can be done both intellectually and intuitively, and I find the balance of the two of them probably the most sane, because not every dream is prophecy, right? If you just had pepperoni pizza while watching Jaws and had a dream you're being chased, down the beach by a vicious pepperoni, an angry sausage, I've dated a few man-eating sausages, actually. Chances are it's not prophecy. It's probably dinner and a movie, or I would think sexual repression. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. I just play one on YouTube. No, I don't even do that. So very, very interesting, because that card of dreams, like that could be one part of it. That psychological, pay attention to your dreams kind of deal, because what would the angel of dreams do, right? Would work with you in your dreams. But also, just holding this card, this can be like the divine masculine's dreams, their aspirations, what's written on their heart, like our life dreams, our life goals, what's written on our hearts, the things that we truly, we don't choose them. They are given to us. They're written into the scripts of these personalities and bodies that we were chosen to incarnate in, because we wanted to play the game. We wanted to go to the badass section of heaven called Earth, and help it through its time of transition and ascension through our relationships, rock and roll, right? But that's the name of the game, and I believe the only game in town. So let's get a little bit more info for our players here, if you haven't figured out who you are yet, because you could be a mystic rebel, right? Right? You could be a rebellious mystic or a mystical rebel. Let's see if we can get you some more clarity. And remember, there is going to be twinning here as well, most likely, right? It's a twin flame. Of course, you're going to see similar things within each other. That's why you're learning how to love yourself and heal yourself. We're going to take 5 Daughters of the Moon Tarot to do fire, earth, air, water, spirit for the divine feminine rebel. We're going to do the same fire, earth, air, water, and spirit for the divine masculine with the mythic tarot. Let's get you some tarot narrative here. Breathe. So we can get that one out of the way. We'll move these over here. Thank you, my goddesses. Oh, Athena in particular. Feels so lovely. Please, I need 5 cards, as you know, for this divine feminine rebel archetype is being supported by the angel of support in this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract. Fire, earth, air, water, spirit. I'll call them out as I go. Element of fire. What does she really, 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 really want in this twin flame contract? Her element of earth, what does she have? The wood, the fuel, the torch, to fuel the flame, right? The wood of the torch to help her get what she really, really wants. What's she thinking about it, right? What's that element of air that feeds the fire? What is her element of water? What she feels about this, which she has to balance with her fire. And what is most importantly, at least in my experience and opinion, what is the card of spirit? The point of view of the soul, the voice of the soul, the guidance, the grace, the vignette, the piece of the story, from the point of view of the soul that agreed to this contract before coming in. Anyway, I feel you. Tricky. I'm going to say this, for the way the cards came out, it's going to take more than a couple of attempts for some of this to get it. This isn't once and done stuff. This is probably more about the journey than any specific step within it. But what we're going to do is we're going to get the divine masculine, same thing. So this way I can turn over both of your fires simultaneously, onward and onward, so we can compare and contrast what it is you want versus what you have, what you think, what you feel. You get the point. There we go. My gods, Heracles in particular. My hero god, my god of heroes, please. 5 cards. Element spread, I'll call them out as I go, please. For this divine masculine mystic who walks with the angel of dreams in this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Twin flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless. Please, element of fire. I feel it. What does he really want? Bottom of the deck. That says something when it comes from the bottom of the deck. It's like, woo, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to look at it. We'll see what that's about. Element of earth, please. What do they have? The fuel that feeds the fire to help them get what they want. Element of air. What are they thinking about, right? About all of this and this contract, particularly that fuels and feeds the fire of desire. What is the element of water that they have to balance in this? How they're feeling about this. And of course, the card of spirit, the point of view of the soul. Ooh, almost had you. Point of view of the soul who agreed to this contract in the first place. That one. I have this agreement with them, in case you're new, where it's the card they leave in my hand, and if it's 2, it means close but no cigar, and I want to get you a cigar, metaphorically speaking. All right, let's do this, just being a Virgo for a second, making sure they're somewhat symmetrical. The more order you have as you go. It's like cleaning up as you cook, except I don't do that. I wreck the kitchen and then clean it up later. Let's do this. Element of fire. What is it these two desire? Yeah. Okay, so our divine feminine rebel here wants completion, wants closure, wants Hava Nagila. This is the card of the Hora. If you've ever been to a Jewish bar mitzvah, bat mitzvah, like there's any other kind. I've been to a Christian bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, you know what I mean? Or a Jewish wedding, which I've been to all 3 of those things. This is a dance of celebration, a rite of passage, a completion. Now, that can say that this is the one who's aware of the twin flame contracts and is like, can we just get this over with, please? Right? I'm a rebel. I've got a country, a world to transform. Maybe myself I'm going through a revolution here, because what he wants is he wants to ponder his choices. He wants to ponder his options. He wants to feel his way out, which is not an unwise thing for a mystic, right? I mean, it does kind of make, like you said, I don't want to talk about it, right? It's like, I really, really felt from that bottom of the deck, this might be something they don't even want to think about in terms of what they want, because, and I can feel for this guy, saying guy, remember, masculine, feminine, I'm using the pronouns so that I stay sane with these energies. But regardless of the gender, I can imagine someone who is a mystic saying, you know, I don't ultimately know. What I want with this 7 of Cups is to kind of sit with this for a while, to feel this out. Because yes, that feels like it would make me so happy, but my spiritual path is taking me in this direction, and I have to do that, I have to do that. Now, anything here screaming romance or sex? No, there's literally an Angel of Romance card in the Healing with the Angels Oracle. So that's what I mean. Cards along the way will point this out. Right now, this could be any structure or form. But let's look at the element of earth. What do they have to help them get what they want? Oh no, you both got the star card. Now, it's from 2 different decks. You watched me pull them individually. You both have the same thing. You both have the energy of the star. In this case, Pandora's box, not to be confused with Pandora box. Season 1, pretty sure. Let's start with her. The card of the star here. I mean, I can feel that. Has the guidance and the grace, has the support of the angels at this rebellion that they are in. I'm going to say really is about challenging authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. And that would make sense for the divine feminine, right? So any spiritual path that is, I don't know, one would think too restrictive. Right, you go to hell for this, you go to hell for that, you go to hell for this. It's like, but I just thought about it. It's like, well, sorry, you had the thought, you're going to hell, right? Like, wow, the thought of it, you're going to hell? Woo, thoughts are things, are electromagnetic. You know what, I could have been a comparative religion scholar, but too many elbow pads and jackets and tweeds. I mean, I don't think I could have pulled it off. Well, I could have pulled it off, obviously. I just don't think I would have enjoyed it. So definitely this higher vision, this higher grace, this hope. Oh, I feel the grace of hope. They have great hope. But it can be that this rebel wants this relationship to work out, has great hopes for it. But how this will definitely be a card we will be clarifying in the extended, because that kind of flames be like, I want to marry them, or not. We'll see what else happens. But the same thing here. The divine masculine mystic is just like, I just hope for better. And this is maybe me. Maybe I'm projecting a little bit here. But I know as a mystic, the best that I can hope for is better than I can even imagine. You ask for, I want everything to work out better than I can imagine. Then get used to living in mystery, because you can't imagine it. You just put that into the prayer, the spell, whatever. Because most of the times we're not going to know until it shows up anyway. How, where, when, who, any of that, what we most hope for. So I think where this hope, this star, feels a bit more specific for the divine masculine here because of that 7 of Cups and because dreams and the mystic. is perhaps a bit more abstract. I just want everything to work out for the well-being of all, which is my take on that. But I think, again, you might not know exactly who you are in this one just yet, if you are a mystic and a rebel, which a lot of us are. So here we go, element of air, right? We're looking at the Aquarian energy here. Okay, very interesting couple here, whoever they are. The Divine Feminine is focused on success, about crossing a certain finish line even though under handicap. Bringing it into balance, making it fair, Six of Pentacles, right? Has the support to do that. So we're not looking at somebody who wants to burn down the village, right? This doesn't feel like that sort of rebel revolutionary. Flashes of new moon on Monday by Duran Duran in my forehead. Thank you, Hermes. I love you. But the Divine Masculine Mystic here is about the Three of Wands. He's thinking about, well, I'm willing to take the journey. I'm willing to take the step. Getting himself together, so to speak. The Three of Wands, right? There's a loyalty aspect of here, but maybe more a loyalty to the spiritual principle and the calling, the mystery ahead, than to the specifics of this particular person, the rebel. Which can be, plenty of times, twin flame contracts in particular. One will just cross my path. I don't know, it's a twin flame at the time. I'm like, ooh, who are you? You've got the divine fingerprints all over you. You must be the one. Well, they're the one they want you to deal with right now. It's kind of how that one, it's like, and I've learned, it's like just because they appear like everything you want doesn't mean they are, that they're the one all the way home, right? Teacher. But this one at least has the cojones to say, all right, let's take a step. Let's get ourselves together. Let's do that Three of Wands, that stable foundation, and move forward. And here we go. For the Divine Feminine and the element of water here, we've got Temperance. So willing to take her time. This is not somebody who's burning down the house. This is not somebody who's storming the Bastille, at least not for today. Not if she's balancing her masculine and feminine energies, her fire and her water, her desire and her emotions. Gradually. Now, what I love about the idea of temperance is in cooking, when you have to temper eggs. I just think it's the easiest metaphor. Otherwise, your eggs will curdle. There are so many sauces, like custards in particular, right? Like, you don't want a curdly custard right away. I mean, if that's what you're headed for, right? Hollandaise keeps coming to mind. I think you have to add the ingredients gradually. Like, even, when I make a fettuccine Alfredo, when you're putting in the Parmesan, you have to beat that stuff in slowly while you're keeping it. Otherwise, it gets gross. It separates, right? Right? So that patient process takes time. Feeling that for her. I like this Divine Feminine rebel. Feels like many Divine Feminine rebels that I know that are Aquarius. I can think of at least 3 women off the top of my head and a couple of men that would fit that. Just friends of mine. But the Divine Masculine here has the 5 of Swords. So there's some conflict here. And the conflict may well be mental, affecting them emotionally, like in terms of, well, is this, but it could be that, and what if it's this, and what if it's that? So if we have a thinking mystic here, maybe you do, maybe you don't. It feels like that there maybe have been some arguments here, some conflicts. Well, particularly if they are walking different spiritual paths. And I will say this, there is a chance these two might both be Aquarians. Why in the world you would do that to yourself, I don't know. But like maybe one's like Aquarian Sun, the other Aquarian Moon, which those things are just so common in twin flames, as well as soulmate contracts too. Definitely, there's no question about that. But really that thing of fixed air. Right? It's like if there really is a conflict here, then it is a conflict over, one would think, if it's affecting the mystic emotionally, unless there's a real empathic thing going on here, because I don't get the emotional imbalance. I get there may be some upset going here with the Divine Feminine, but she's in process. She's balancing that. It's making her stronger. Temperance always makes you stronger, right? Tempered steel. Look it up when they put that shit through, right? But where the Divine Masculine here, look at me crossing my solar plexus, is maybe a little defensive, maybe like really, really seeing the ins and outs of what has to be done here, or at least feeling that deeply emotionally, and is a little triggered. Maybe, I mean, it's just a 5. I always try and stay with the minor arcana. That, come on, these are things that happen along the way. They're not the major arcana stuff that's going on. What is the point of view of the soul? I really want to know. We're going to save him. We're going to start with her. 7 of Cups. Now, you can see the difference. See, this is why I love different artists, but why you have to integrate all different types of interpretations depending on what feels right. These are both the 7 of Cups. Here, in the Daughters of the Moon, we have jealousy. But still, all those 7 cups, all those different options, right? And obviously, a card of emotional upset. But here, in the 7 of Cups, we see Psyche being presented challenges by her technically already mother-in-law, the goddess Aphrodite, but she has to go through the hoops. She has to go, here are your options. Here are your options, my dear. What do? You really want to be, because in order for them to be married, she has to be elevated to being a goddess. So the Aphrodite, mom, puts her through a series of challenges. So still, they're like, I could do that, or I could do that, or I could do that, or I could do that. So that's why I'm kind of getting, even though what this one wants very, very much is, the soul is saying here to really, for the divine feminine, feel those out. Now, I will say this about jealousy. And I kind of knew this, but Matt Kahn's book, Everything is Here to Help You, I think is the title. Suck at names. Name aphasia. Thank you, Russian doll. Although I remembered Shannon Hoon today from Blind Melon out of the blue in a conversation. I was like, why can I remember that? But I can't remember where my keys are, and I don't drive anywhere anyway because I'm in lockdown still. Anyway, but really, really, really feeling that that jealousy thing is often the thing that you want is coming. The thing that you want is coming. So to give that voice the love that it needs, if that is indeed jealousy, or really, because all of us deal with it, oh no, push it down, that's not spiritual, to say, no, this is this little child inside of me saying, when is it my time, when is it my time, when is it my time? Which if you work with that can very much prepare you for the thing coming in, because it's on its way. It's almost like an immune system response. Oh, thank you, whoever that was. That was lovely. I love when they chat in my ear that way. The Divine Masculine's got the 2 of Cups here on the level of swords. That makes this romantic for me. That makes this make more sense now. Look, they're both star-guided, but are they star-crossed? If they're lovers, I mean, okay, I will say, and Matt Kahn says it, and I don't say this every single time, but Matt Kahn does say in his video, Soul Contracts, Twin Flames, and Soulmates Redefined, that there is the occasional, very, very rare twin flame that evolves into a soulmate contract. I don't remember if evolves or transforms, what word he uses, but I really wish he would either talk about that more or wish he had never said it at all, because it gives that mystical variable. It's like, but it could. It drives at least a Virgo mystic crazy. I'll speak for myself. I wouldn't say crazy. Really, the mystical version of crazy is called madness. It's just mad. We were all mad here. Thank God prayer can remedy that a good amount of time, and a willingness to surrender and know that you don't know. So there is our couple, our twin flame tag team match here. Let's look, as we now build the center lane, which I think is really the heart of this particular spread. The center lane, we're going to work with technically 3 oracles and a healing tool. We're going to start with the Kuan Yin Oracle to get, literally as it says on the box, like enlightenment, guidance, and grace, essentially, from the Divine Feminine. But for the Divine Feminine, for both of them, because by the way, in the extended readings, I take the Goddess cards, and I do past, present, future for the Divine Masculine. I take the Divine Masculine cards, Mythic Tarot, and do past, present, future for the Divine Feminine. So this is all about the holographic nature. And again, some people can watch these readings and say, oh, that's my Divine Feminine energy, that's my Divine Masculine energy. So the center lane is really key to help you learn how to heal yourself, to love yourself, etc., and fulfill your part of the twin flame contract. So breathe. And if you like, breathe pink light, pink smoke. To me, it always looks like the pink smoke of I Dream a Genie coming in or out of the bottle. Oh, it just tunes me to her. Hello and good morning, Kuan Yin. Hello again, my beloved Kuan Yin. Please, you who are considered a goddess, a bodhisattva, an ascended master in and of yourself, and this oracle deck is so helpful. Please. One card in clarity for this overall Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September 2020 are timeless, involving this divine feminine rebel and this divine masculine mystic, particularly because the mystic is involved here. I have a soft spot in my heart, well, for both of them, kind of, sort of. If they're really not meant to get what they want out of this one, please. A piece of your compassionate guidance and grace for these two, August, September 2020, or timeless. Sisters of the Rising Sun. I mean, I guess we know they live in a house in New Orleans. I'm evil. I know. She don't mind. Sisters of the Rising Sun. I guess I'll have to do that every time this card hits the table now. Card number 28. Now, just to say, there is a lot written in this book. This is not a bookie book. This is like, they could have made this in larger print easily. The print is like teeny tiny, teeny tiny letters. This could have been hardcover. So I'm just going to read, well, in this case, the thumbnail sketch kind of sort of here, which is rather long, and the prayer at the end, which is relatively short, but we'll see if I'm guided to give you more. I will. Take a nice deep breath. Really breathe that pink light. You're going to need it. Please read it through me, Kuan Yin. You are a highly creative being with the potential to help raise the vibration of consciousness on this planet through your creative projects, work, dreams, and hobbies. The power of collaboration. Choosing to work with others in joint projects allows for synergy to occur, where you can grow stronger and become more than the sum of your individual parts, calling in great cosmic assistance and potency. This could be a creative twin flame. How many twin flame contracts where they couldn't get what they wanted from each other, but in that tension created magnificent science, art, literature, that pressure, poetry. Woof. Torturous, woof, but woof. You are guided to remain open to other souls joining forces with you, just like the Sisters of the Rising Sun that bring great energy to help humanity through their group endeavors. When you allow for aligned group effort, much that is wonderful can occur. I think that speaks for itself, but I will read the prayer. Beloved sisters of the sun rising, sweet sister Kuan Yin, thank you for your help now in opening my heart fearlessly with confidence, faith, friendliness, firm boundaries, and an open mind to be inspired, supported, and helped in making successful creative collaborations, not to mention long run-on sentences. Virgo. May all such relationships be blessed in my life now. Om Mani Padme Hum. Blessings of the jewel in the lotus. I mean, that's really beautiful. This is a collaborative effort if you want it to be. I mean, I could get that. Makes sense with the card of temperance here for the divine feminine, right? And she's got success on her mind. That Six of Pentacles. It's going to easily be a work thing going on here. But with that Two of Cups, I mean, unless that Two of Cups really is being brought together, for a similar vision, right? I wouldn't call it necessarily then love at first sight as much as I would call it there's something creative here and you're both following your stars. That totally makes sense. Look, if you guys can do an artistic, Betty Davis, Joan Crawford, that's a harsh example to give, but look at their work together. I mean, iconic. I mean, really, their relationship is iconic. And really, if they had ever... I mean, my God. Well, I guess like Olivia de Havilland, right? I'm not going to bore you with all that. You tell I'm a gay man of a certain age. Can't you? I'm going to be 52 September 6th. Thank God for Lancome and the tears of small children, right? Yeah, this is a tricky sticky, but it's like if you guys can collaborate, it just feels like the Sisters of the Rising Sun. This card would not pop up from Kuan Yin without there being some creative endeavor here that's worth it, even if it is the recreation of your own lives, a bit more metaphoric, but I don't know. It says Archangel Michael, who's always ready to turn to the party. He's like, is this party turned yet? Well, let me turn to it. Archangel Michael and I have a long history, a long relationship. I was dating Archangel Michael before I married my first husband. I haven't had a second, but I've had other people's. Can't lie with the Archangel Michael card in your deck in your hand. So let's ask the Blue Angel Oracle what Archangel Michael's point of view is. Let's see what I say. I'm the fun one. I may not be everybody's cup of tea. I don't need to be everybody's cup of tea. But I find this world hilarious. Breathe. Sometimes. Now, if you want to connect with Archangel Michael, I suggest you do the same thing with Kuan Yin, except you turn that color, that I Dream a Genie pink, to the I Dream a Genie blue, because all genies are named Genie, and apparently Genie's sister is also named Genie, but that's the color I'm talking. Fill my every cell, Archangel Michael. Hi, hi, hi. Oh, my beloved, he's so beautiful. Please, my Archangel Michael. One card in clarity, just the one, please, for this Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract, August, September 2020, or timeless, involving this divine feminine rebel who walks with the angels of support, and this divine masculine mystic who walks with the angels of dreams. Just one, please, for this center lane. What have you got for them? The clarity, guidance, and grace, my beloved Archangel Michael. Aw, it's lovely. Got the Angel of Hearts, truth. The Angel of Hearts, truth. Now you go, but remember, the truth will set you free. Usually pisses you off first. And this is a twin flame. Let's just lean into it, pissing you off a little bit first. Card number 9, again with the teeny tiny numbers, but I found it. Card number 9. Number 9, Angel of Hearts, truth. Be completely honest with yourself in all your thoughts and actions, for it is only in being true to you that you can be true to others. The Angel of Hearts is here to help you break an old instinctual pattern, but she needs your complete trust. I mean, I could just pause there for a second and look. Archangel Michael to me is all about truth. But really what's being said here is that for the mystic to really, really, really be truthful in terms of your mystical truth, your spirit. There are mystical laws, there are spiritual laws. You don't know what they are, look them up, play around with them, right? There's a whole mystery journey there to happen. But with this 7 of Cups, I get it, that's what you want, is you want a little bit more time to feel this out. To feel this out so that you're really being truthful with yourself, because this opportunity, this Angel of Hearts, is here to help you break an instinctual pattern. What's instinct? Fight, flight, freeze, flee, right? Be aware of your thoughts. You can start to transform your thoughts and fears by simply being aware of them. So there's a good start. Watch your thoughts. Very Eckhart Tolle, very Power of Now, very Zen, very Eastern philosophy for sure. Each time you have a negative thought, just observe it and then let it go. Imagine it turning into light and disappearing, which is better than push it down. Like just get, yep, it's a thought, because thoughts are electromagnetic things. They're electromagnetic wavelengths. As a clairvoyant, I can tell you these thoughts are floating through the air. I just have a neural net that catches them on their way through for a moment so I can get little pieces and tune myself like a radio in that way. We don't have to believe everything that comes into our head, and honestly, a mystic might be more aware of that than a rebel. Just in terms of the element of air, right? In terms of the mind, the divine masculine might have a little bit more of a thing there. Positive thoughts are a conscious choice. You have grown in so many ways in recent years, so don't let your fears keep you from experiencing the happiness waiting for you. From this moment, remember that you are always safe, loved, and protected. There is nothing to fear. Here's I guess the affirmation. Love and all that satisfies my soul is my truth. Love and all that satisfies my soul, not my personality, not my ego, my soul, not even my body, my soul, that's all being integrated over time, is my truth. Very, very powerful. And I'm just thinking, very, very powerful. I mean, really, there's this creative collaboration here. Now, what if this collaboration is really something that helps transform the world, right? I'm kind of saying that's what these twin flames seem to be about right now, and you're both following the guidance and grace. You both have it in your earth positions. Really, look, is there any other major arcana here? Just the card of temperance here. So it would make sense these two are not quite together right now, or even if they're in the same physical space, the work is within. Get clear on your own truth. You must be truthful with yourselves. And that's from Archangel Michael, who holds the sword of truth. Just saying. Let's get from the higher selves of all involved, from the Whispers of Love Oracle. Now, these three oracles, the Kuan Yin Oracle, the Blue Angel Oracle, and the Whispers of Love, are all from the same company, the Blue Angel Publishing. And I really love them. I love these. And I would, if they approached me, I don't know, I guess I would have to approach them about doing a deck. I'm sure they're not like talent scouting. Who does that anymore? But I would totally do a deck with them. I like their style, although their typing is we have magnifying glasses at our age. Don't you like that, Aquariums? Breathe. Or cross watchers. There we go. The higher selves of all involved, please. Also known as the Holy Spirit. The higher selves of all involved, please. One card in clarity. For this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign twin flame contract involving this divine feminine rebel who walks with the angel of support and this divine masculine mystic who walks with the angels of dreams. And that's why this one really needs to be clear that they're not, that the dream aspect of it isn't partially illusory, right? That they're real. And that's hard for mystics. They might be saying, no, we are destined to be. This is destined to be. And maybe you're teachers along the way. It's tricky, tricky, tricky. So please, higher selves of all involved. August 2020 or timeless. What is the whisper of love for these two? This might complicate things or not. New love. Embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. And I gotta say, it feels like both. It feels like both work opportunities in terms of a collaboration and growth. That's what all contracts are. They're all about spiritual growth. But there is something new here. There might be a very, very, very strong attraction here between the two of them. But with that Seven of Cups, it feels like they both have options. Like they could choose other things. Like they could choose, well, do you want to, well, do you want to make love or do you just want to fool around? 1974. I'm sure that's from 1974. I'm pretty sure. Do you want to make love? Yeah, right up there with if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with. Such an ethical era of music. The 70s into the 80s was. No, really, really, really. Oh, this just cracks me up. But that's what it does feel like. It feels like if there is a romantic sexual thing here, which if it hasn't shown up yet, it's not going to because we got one more card down. MacCon, we'll see. Otherwise, nothing here is blatantly saying that except the Two of Cups crowning here in the soul position for the divine masculine mystic. But that could also be an emotional attraction towards a creative project that you're still going to have to twin flame it, right? You're still going to have to learn how to heal yourself and love yourself. But this could be tricky. Let's get a healing mantra deck from the Ascended Masters who have not said a peep this reading, but in the extended they have. We use the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack, and they get to clarify as many cards as needed. So take a nice deep breath, then I'll pop up the picture and we'll close out the reading. Breathe. Oh, these are so much fun. I don't know why I hate them so much, just because they're a pain in the ass. Please, my Ascended Masters of Twin Flame Contract Law. That's why, because it involves Twin Flame Contract Law. Please, one card in clarity to complete the center lane here for this divine feminine rebel and this divine masculine mystic and this Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Twin Flame Contract, August, September 2020, or timeless. What do you got for them? What is the perfect healing mantra that they can be using to help them heal themselves individually? Rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. And that's really good. That's really good. At least it puts you in some, I wouldn't say a position of control, but in a position of decision and choice. It's a really good mantra. I've had this one, and I like the play on more and less. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. And there is a cognitive psychology angle that you could take on that. There's just the whole point of affirmations, if it's anything, is to familiarize the subconscious with certain thought patterns so it can start seeing the opportunities of those thought patterns. So as you think, so you experience, but a lot of it is narrative. Doesn't mean, think chocolate pie, chocolate pie, chocolate pie, chocolate pie, because what kind of chocolate pie? I saw that movie. Don't piss off women in general, regardless of color. Anybody touching your food, be kind and say thank you and love them. The whole Black Lives Matter things. I've had so many black women in my life. I'm just like, I'm really more about the women of any color, but it's like, hey, Black lives. If your arm is on fire, your arm matters than the rest of your body. But it's just like, I love women. I love all women of all colors, shapes, and sizes so much I won't have sex with them. How's that for respect? Let's go here. Rewriting the subconscious. I know, that was quite the tangent, but I think worthwhile, and I got to make a political statement from my heart and soul. I love women. Rewriting the subconscious, the more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. And yeah, I have a nice touch of hating men in me still too from past lives, this life too. When the subconscious is rewritten, you are able to feel good on a regular basis of the way regardless of the way life unfolds. In rewriting the subconscious, you reverse the gravitational pull of conditioning to become more familiar with the virtues of goodness. As goodness becomes more known, the opposite vibration of negativity can become a less frequent visitor to your reality. This really does feel like an artistic collaboration here. Of course you're going to get under each other's skin. Of course you're going to have your own star that you're following in the same general direction, but not maybe the exact same destination. But that you can really focus on, well, what's good here? Look, this feels so good. The work feels so good. That's not necessarily compromising your integrity. Like if there's something in your gut that says, get me out of here. I can't do this. This is a violation of my art, my values, my honor code, my soul, then get out, leave, walk away. Sometimes it's how many times is that the point of view? Or let's say the lesson in a twin flame contract is to walk away. I mean, I've walked away from family members when that has happened, Is this one romantic sexual yet? I feel like it could be, because second chakra, creative energy. But if you guys really want to work the project, this mantra is ideal for relieving guilt, in case you already did. You have some guilt around it. Releasing shame, in case you already did. And finding joy in new beginnings, which could there's the new beginning, the new love thing. Look, I really, really like these two. I like both of them. I love the rebel, and she really seems to have her shit together. She does, right? She's trying to keep it in balance emotionally here. But she's definitely got success on her mind. I like her. And she just wants this to be brought through to its celebratory completion. I get that. Let's pop up the larger picture. I'm already doing it. Breathe. Magic clap. Because we've got a divine feminine rebel, as I said before, in the shadow, rejects a legitimate authority out of anger. So, I think if there was a little hanky-panky going on here, which, again, we will take a look at that in the extended reading over on Vimeo, unless it was out of anger, I'm not really getting the vibe here. Like, if there was something that brought them together and breaking that rule, then maybe it wasn't as legitimate authority as one would think. But rebelling out of pure pressure or fashion, I'm not really getting for this rebel either, at least empathically, vibrationally, emotionally, with that card of temperance there. But with the light attribute, challenges authority to effect social change, rejects spiritual systems that do not serve inner needs. I feel like this is part of what's going on planet Earth right now in terms of social justice. And this divine feminine, again, does not have to be female. Be any gender, male, female, fluid, any of that here, because that might be part of what this twin flame is about. In the Ten of Flames, what she wants is fulfillment and completion on this, to dance the hora, so to speak. We brought this through to its rite of passage, and now it is complete. What she has to do that is to follow her star, her guidance, her grace, and I would recommend What if you are the divine feminine rebel here, if you're the Aquarian or the cross watcher, to really keep moving and practicing and following spiritual systems that do serve your inner needs. You are seen here as the divine feminine. That's the inner world, just saying. What's on her mind, though, what she's thinking about this is that she can get that 10 of flames, that it's going to take some work. There are some handicaps here that need to be worked with, but that if they keep moving forward in a balanced way, this can be done. And what's in her emotional field? Temperance, the card of balance and patience and discipline, bringing together the water of emotion and the fire of desire, making them work together, not canceling each other out. And with that 7 of Cups, to know that nobody here, at least on her, well, really on both sides here, no one's being forced into doing this, right? This is a 7 of Cups deal. There might be many different things that you want that might cause jealousy and confusion because, it's like a kid in a candy store. You get overwhelmed and sometimes even apathetic from too many options. So to be aware of that, but know that the angel of support is walking along with you every step of the way. I don't see why anything needs to necessarily be rushed here unless we're talking about intense artistic or social justice inspiration that needs to be acted upon. Now, looking at the divine masculine mystic here, the shadow attribute, delusional rapport with the divine, just something to be aware of, because remember, the divine at core is love and doesn't say kill them. I'm sorry, my take on things, perhaps more socio-political than necessary in a YouTube reading, but the divine pretty much doesn't say kill them, right? That's not my take on it, at least, right? So the delusional rapport with the divine, that's one way of what would love do, right? What would love say about that? What would love do, right? I would keep that one in mind regardless, twin flame contract or not. But the light attribute revels in intimate union with the divine. Now, I will tell you, I studied Tantra and Western sex magic just for that, because I could feel it solo, but to feel that with somebody else who is at least aware of the art and aware of the energy is such an amazing thing. And honestly, that sort of unity, Tantra means weaving, right, can happen in a creative endeavor together. And that's why so many, particularly actors, performers who play those roles romantically linked, to end up being together for good or not so good, because the intensity of the contract can be that strong. But even what this mystic wants to keep its options open. That 7 of Cups wants some flexibility, because perhaps if this is a mystic with a strong spiritual, mystical calling, that their spirituality, it's a divine family archetype, and the rebel is the action family archetype, so maybe hesitant to take action on this, wanting to make sure it's all in alignment with their highest principles if they're playing it that way. Right? Like, that's a rare thing. A mystic who says, well, how is this in alignment with my ethical principles, and do they need to evolve, not just shift, evolve. But what he's got there, follow the star. Same as the divine feminine. It feels like, obviously it's a soul contract, it's a twin flame, but that there's something else here. There's a certain direction they both are being called in, but like I said, the final destinations might be radically different. And yet what's on his mind is a willingness, the 3 of Wands. Okay, let's pack our bags. Let's do this. Let's at least take a step. I'm going to take the journey. I'm going to take the hero's quest, but still with that 7 of Cups, emotionally kind of feeling like, well, maybe I don't need to be so whole hog into this emotionally. I can take my time with that, watch this develop. I have other options. Like, this could go in an artistic direction, a friend direction, a lover direction, a sexual direction, platonic, all those different forms. But therein lies the conflict of the 5 of Swords in the emotional position. Feels conflicted about that, because the 2 of Cups, really sitting in the position of the soul, says, no, you want to bump uglies. You want to press your heart chakras and other chakras together on this one, is my sense of that. In fact, it might even be something that they're, dreaming about, with that angel of dreams walking with them. Kuan Yin, though, saying here, this is definitely a collaboration. Right? The sisters of the sun rising. To be able to bring together your light and share your light and create something that one of you alone could not do is an amazing thing, but that could also pertain to the relationship itself, though I am getting certainly more something... I mean, yes, it could be business. It certainly could be science. It certainly could be a bit more cold and logical than that, but I am getting, with the amount of warmth that I'm feeling from both of these characters here, a rebel and a mystic, that it's artistic in some way, shape, or form, or at least a social justice, spiritual, rebellious kind of art of some way, shape, or form, which seems to be cropping up everywhere because that's the time that we are in. And to really approach that with the Angel of Hearts, the truth. To thine own self be true in a twin flame contract. Make sure you know. And if you don't know that you don't know, right? Still love the one that is unsure. Maybe that's part of what this Seven of Cups is, with that jealousy over, on the divine feminine side here, with that shaking of the cups that she's really trying to keep balanced and temperanced here. Because if you can be truthful with that, then there is embrace this new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. And maybe the truth is, the true love here is in the creativity, in the project itself, and maybe not so much forever and ever together as a couple. And anyway, rewriting the subconscious. Oh my God, I totally get... Oh my God, straight out of Chicago. Straight the play Chicago. And that's showbiz, kids. Like, there's only one career, right? There's only one industry where the two people can hate each other and still make it work, right? Well, rewriting the subconscious. The more I embrace feeling good, the less often I will feel bad. That if you really focus on the work, on the creativity, then yeah, there can be some negativity here and there, but it's for the greater alchemy of a greater cause. And I can't really shake that. It's Aquarian, right? Humanitarian and egalitarianism. Hands across America, leg pinks, we are the world, we are the children, right? That there's something very, very mystical and socially conscious about this contract. So I think it might be one of those things where a very tumultuous relationship, again, doesn't have to be sexual or romantic, but with that Two of Cups up there, we'll see in the extended read. But this is definitely something that serves a much larger purpose than just the two of them individually or together as a couple, twin flame or otherwise. Yeah, there's going to be some clarification going on here. Particularly I want to see with these Seven of Cups, like sort of what that's about. That Two of Cups I want to look at. That Ten of Flames, what she wants. What these cards of the Star are about, because they both got them. And we will be doing that next on Vimeo. So I'm popping up a preview at the end once I say Hail, Farewell, and Blessed Be. You'll get to see at least what the first cards down are in the past. So that might help you identify, click a little bit more. Otherwise, the blessing. May the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need in their twin flame contract to have this collaborative creativity, being truthful and honorable with their own selves, so they can be truthful and honorable with each other as this new love, work opportunities, spiritual growth, or romantic contract, whatever this is, come to them where they can really embrace feeling good, what is working, what is being created here for their well-being, for the well-being of all, feeling less negative as they go in this contract, healing themselves, healing each other individually, and healing hopefully all of humanity through whatever this collaboration is. If they've been blessed with the inspiration, may the world be blessed by that inspiration coming through them for the well-being of all. So motivate. And so it is. Thank you for watching. Again, please do like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and comment if this clicks. Otherwise, go watch me, follow me. Follow me over to the Vimeo. Click the link. It'll bring you to the Vimeo page where all of them are. And we can go deeper into this. I'm going to take a little breaky poo and jump into that next. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of it all, my Aquariums. I love you all so very, very, very much. But for now, hail, farewell, and blessed be. Hey, my Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Thank you for jumping over to check out the extended here for your twin flame contract. August, September 2020, or timeless. I have to say, this is a very, very, they're all interesting. I think a very interesting contract, but the contract law in and of itself, once you get the jargon, is pretty interesting. Though if I had become an actual lawyer, I'm sure I'd be dead by now. That version of me, that quantum extrapolation died a long time ago, I have a feeling. So we're going to clarify this, and as I said in the YouTube part of this, we're going to cross-deck, D-E-C-K. We're going to use the Divine Masculine cards, what I call the Mythic Tarot, the Voices of the Gods, to do past, present, future for the Divine Feminine, and then the Divine Feminine deck, the Voices of the Goddess, Daughters of the Moon, to give past, present, and future for the Divine Masculine, so that we really get that yin and that yang balance within the two of them. And with this Divine Feminine Rebel there with Temperance in the emotional position will probably be helpful in doing that. Then we will take the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack. Half of the deck is the suit of problems. We'll be able to see what the problems are here. The other three suits are luck, grace, and healing. So very, very helpful. And this is often where, if things are sexual or romantic, they pop up. So let's have a look-see-dooksy. Take a nice deep breath. We'll ask the gods for the Divine Feminine, past, present, future. Breathe. My gods, here we go. Please, I need 3 cards. Simple timeline, past, present, future for this Divine Feminine Rebel. Walking with the Angel of Support in this Aquarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Twin Flame contract for August, September 2020 or Timeless. Where has this Divine Feminine been in this contract? Where is she? Ooh, where is she now in this contract? And where is she headed in this contract? And yes, you're right, there are no court cards in the original spread here. Let's keep going real quick with the Divine Feminine. So like I did with the elements, we can turn over past, present, future simultaneously. Breathe. Athena, my gray-eyed goddess, please. Simple timeline, past, present, future for this Divine Masculine Mystic. In this Aquarian Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, Twin Flame contract, August, September 2020 or Timeless, who's walking with this Angel of Dreams. Where has this Mystic, Divine Masculine Mystic, is that 1 or 2? That is 2. Knew it. Please, where has he been in this Twin Flame contract? Where is he now in this well, I'll take that one. Twin Flame contract, poke me in the hand, I'll take it. And where is he headed? According to the current timeline of this lifetime, the quantum choices and all of that, where is he headed? That's for both of them, too. I mean, they're all probabilities have already been filmed. Which one are you going to experience? Depends, right? Here we go. Element, the past card here. Where have they both been? A lot of thinking for both of them. The Divine Feminine has been on a mental healing journey, I would say, of some way, shape, or form in this contract. The Six of Swords, traditionally seen as, you know, a boat going over water. A lot of people say travel by water. No, it's an air card. It's swords, right? So it is about sixes, balance, harmony, harmonizing the mind. Thinking thoughts to go from choppy waters, really obvious in this card, I don't know if the lighting, if you can see that, to the smoother waters ahead. So if that's where they've been, it feels like there's been a balance of mind here. And then, of course, we do have the Six of Pentacles in the mental field of the Divine Feminine. So that does make sense. So perhaps even thinking in terms of how to successfully pull this off. This feels like a good business partner or collaborator, of course, looking at that Sisters of the Sun Kuan Yin card at the top there, really saying, well, she's bringing herself into, again, male, female, doesn't matter the gender, into this more calmer place with this, at least in the past. But where the mystic, the Divine Masculine Mystic, has the Nine of Swords, which we know can be a very painful card. In this deck, criticism. Now, the positive side of criticism is in terms of intense focus. But this isn't the analysis of the Two of Flames. This is the all-in, where the focus becomes myopic. Is that the word they're giving me? Like tunnel vision to the point where it can keep you up at nights, right? The Nine of Swords and the Rider-Waite Tarot, right? The swords hanging over your head. Not the 4, the restful one. The 9, the one where you just can't. I just can't with that Zodiac bedspread. Go look, it's a Zodiac bedspread. Rider-Waite Tarot. So really looking here at a lot of thought, but coming from this place, like at least, I mean, they both have that card of the star. They really want the best here. But But with the Nine of Blades here, really perhaps an intensive focus on maybe even their own truth, but they're going through a mystery. That's the thing about being a mystic. That is the thing about being a mystic. You don't know until it happens. So there, of course, can be some overthinking there. I'm just really, really hoping with the shadow attribute, delusional rapport with the divine, that is not driven by illusion and delusion, rather than the truth here, that Angel of Hearts spoken of by Archangel Michael. Let's keep going. Present moment.